Hi everyone, welcome to another edition of Limited Deal Gear Reviews, where I review the products that I've purchased for myself to use in my own photography at deep discounts. And this week I have a lot of interesting stuff. So the first thing I want to talk about is this tripod here. I got this tripod for $47 plus tax and shipping, whatever. It was like 50 bucks. And it's a carbon fiber tripod with an articulating arm. I mean, a carbon fiber tripod for less than $100 is a good deal to begin with. And the fact that this was $47 really makes it a steal, at least on paper. So I ordered it for two reasons: because it is carbon fiber, it's going to be relatively lightweight, and because it has the articulating arm. Because a lot of times I go out, I do have an articulating arm or an extension arm that I can attach to any tripod, and that's much more heavy duty and more robust. I did a review on that one a couple of months ago, but it's a little bit too big and bulky to take out into the field. I just wanted something that I could take out in the field, sort of an all-in-one type tripod. I didn't want, I don't need necessarily the heavy-duty one. So this seems to fit the bill, and I'm pretty impressed with the overall build quality. It's relatively solid. This is a budget tripod, so when you're using this, always take care, and it should last you for years to come. And by taking care, I mean, don't force anything. Don't over tighten the twist locks here, because there's plastic shims inside the tubing here, and if you over tighten it, you could possibly break those. And when you're working with the articulating arm, take care to lower it slowly. But all that said, let me show you, just kind of give you an idea of the overall height. I stand at about 5'8", and as you can see, it comes right up here to about, my nose, and I don't have to bend down too far, so it's basically eye level for me. And then you can also extend this even further. If I loosen the center, I can extend this even further like this and tighten it down. And I got about another 10 or 12 inches. If I loosen the center column, I can extend it all the way up. So this is easily about 6.5 feet, I'd say. And I'll put the exact dimensions here on the screen for you. I'll get the measuring tape out later. But the key feature to this tripod is the articulating arm. So there's a little lock here, and I can just lower this. And like I said, just lower things slowly, take care. And then once you have it sort of in the 90-degree position, back it off a little bit so that there's about an inch here, and then tighten it down. Because it is carbon fiber, and carbon fiber is generally stronger than, say, the metal tripods, but they're also more brittle. So always take care when you're extending this arm. Also, I wouldn't put any, too heavy of a camera and lens setup. So like this, I have my OM1 with the 25mm f1.4, no problem at all. But I wouldn't put like, my 300mm f4 or 24-70 2.8 or some big lens like that on the end of this, because I think that would put too much strain here where this articulating arm or on this joint. So what this allows you to do basically is to do, top-down photography. So if I want to take a picture of the top of my table, I can just move this over here, and I can get a shot like this. But this is going to be great for out in the field when I want to do macro photography. All I'd have to do is, shorten the legs down or extend them out a little bit to get this lower down to the ground. And that's why I wanted to get this, is because I wanted to be able to take pictures like mushrooms and plants and flowers and things like that. And having this extension arm really makes a big difference in how close you can get to the subject. Now, in terms of just overall build quality, like I said, it is a carbon fiber, and the carbon fiber is sort of that candy cane style. So it's not the highest quality carbon fiber you can get. Typically, the higher quality carbon fiber is sort of that crossweave style. But this is very common in sort of the more budget range carbon fiber tripods. And when I bought this and when I was looking at it, what concerned me was the joint here. I was worried that this might be all plastic. And I'm happy to say that it is metal. So I'm happy about that. And the leg joints here are all metal. And then of course, I think I mentioned twist locks are rubberized. And the feet on the bottom unscrew. So it's a standard screw mount. I'm not sure if it's a 3/8 or the M8 style, but it's a standard screw mount because one of my other, my spikes that I have for my other tripod fit in there just fine. So if you want to replace the rubber feet, you can get those readily. They're readily available. And you can replace them with spikes if you want. For more security, like on soft ground and stuff like that. And also, this leg also detaches, and you can convert this into a monopod basically. And they give you an additional base plate that you would screw into the top of this, where you can, and that has a 1/4 20 or 3/8 thread on the end. Or you can attach this ball head to the end of this if you wanted to. And I think that's it, really, in terms of the overall build. So there is one con to this whole setup here, and this is where I think the money savings is in the ball head here. The ball head, while you know it's very sturdy and it's all metal design, it's not very fluid. It's not very well dampened. So when I loosen this, the camera just kind of is really floppy very quickly. And I don't have like a lot of play because you know a lot of tripods are dampened so that if you loosen it, you'll have a little bit of you'll be able to get some tension and position your camera to the direction that you want and then tighten it. But on this one, you loosen it and it's just kind of wobbly, and then you have to tighten it once you get into the position that you want. So that's one thing. It's not a deal breaker by any means. A lot of budget tripods are like that, but I would have liked to have seen a little better dampening here. And then the other thing is actually the Arca Swiss clamp itself. Now it comes with the Arca Swiss plate that you can attach to the bottom of your camera separately. I always have these full base plates on my cameras, but when you look at the clamp in here, and I'll do a close-up for you, the screw here is protruding a little bit, so that not all Arca Swiss plates fit on here exactly, because a lot of Arca Swiss plates, you know, there's a screw in the middle on the bottom and you can't get the Arca Swiss plate to fit in here. Now the plate that comes with this is perfectly fine, and you can use that, put that on your camera, you won't have any issues. But I did notice that, for example, when I use this plate, and this is a standard Arca Swiss plate here on the bottom, I can't exactly center my camera onto the plate. It's a little bit off center to get it in there because of the way the indents are here on the bottom, to avoid this little protruding screw. And again, really not a deal breaker, but if you like to do panoramas, for example, and you're using a plate that doesn't quite let you center the camera onto the tripod, when you're doing your pans, you have a lot of error, you know, potential for stitching errors because the parallax is now on 2 axes instead of just one. And if you do panoramas a lot, you know what I mean. So what you would need to do is to get an Arca Swiss rail to slide the camera back and forth, which again shouldn't cause any problem with a rail because they're usually indented just fine. But that's the other thing. So it's minor, I think, but I wanted to make you aware of that. And then of course you have the full 90-degree here if you want to do portraits. So overall, I think for $47 that I got this for, I got a steal. I think it's a great tripod at that price point. Like I said, unfortunately, this tripod's going for $152 now. It's not worth that. At most, I would pay $60 for this tripod, maybe $80. But at $47, it was a no-brainer. So keep an eye out on my deal page. I'm gonna keep looking for this, and I'll post it to my deal page when it's on sale. But right now, it went back up to $152. All right, another thing I got, and this is for the TG-5, TG-6, TG-7 cameras from Olympus. is this little macro ring light. And what it does is it redirects the light from the LED here around the lens. Now, the LED is very dim, so you're not going to be able to use it for subjects, say, even this far away. It's not going to make any difference, particularly if you're outdoors. What this is for very, very close-up photography, because the close focusing distance on this is like not even a centimeter. I mean, I can lay the camera flat down on the table like this and take a picture. So I'll demonstrate for you. I have this penny here, and if I were to just put the penny down on the table here and just lay the camera on top, the image would be completely black because there's no light getting in here. But because I have this LED ring here, I can get a very close-up picture of the penny here. So I'll just go ahead and take a picture, and you can see how great the macro feature is on this. See, isn't that cool? That's the year stamped onto the penny all the way down here in the corner. All right, so I have links to all of these products on my deals page. Just go to robtrek.com/deals, and I update that page daily. So assuming these are all still on sale, you can get the same deal I did. In full disclosure, I am an affiliate for Amazon and will earn a commission on qualified sales, but your support is greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.